Hey y'all, it's Allie from Fitness Blender, and today's video is brought to you by FB Plus. This practice is going to warm you up from the inside out. The intention here is to help you match your movement to each breath. So as usual, we're going to start really slow and work our way up to a faster pace with your breath as the guide. As we work through patterns of movement, the goal is to help you open your hips and ultimately release some stress. So meet me on the mat. If you have a block and would like to use that, bring it with you, but it's not required. We'll walk through some modifications from start to finish. Let's start by coming to a comfortable seated position on the mat. Begin to sit nice and tall through your spine. Begin to close your eyes or just soften your eyelids, soften your gaze, and bring your attention to your breath. Take a nice inhale through your nose. Exhale, release it through your mouth. 2 more of these. Then just close your lips and sit a little taller as you start to breathe in and out through just your nose. Begin to tone your abdomen. Notice if you're holding any tension in your hips. And with an exhale, release your chin down to your chest. Take your one ear to shoulder. Take your head around the back of your neck with an inhale. Begin your exhale here as you take your head full circle. 2 more of these. And really take your time here. On that next breath, just change direction. Take your head around the other way. Keep that integrity of your spine and allow your head to just roll around. Release the tension in your neck. Soften the shoulders and slowly come back to center. With an inhale, start to reach your arms up overhead for a nice long stretch. Exhale and lower your left hand to the mat. Take your right arm up and over your side body. As you press into that mat with the bottom hand, look up at the crease of your elbow. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, take it back to center. Reach arms overhead. Exhale, lower your right hand. And take your left arm up and over your side body. Inhale here. And exhale in the posture. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale and fold forward into your lap. Try to hinge at your waist and then lower your hands to the ground wherever they do naturally, and slowly bring your chest, your chin, and your forehead a little closer to the ground. Begin to walk your hands in toward the body. Stack your vertebrae one at a time as you come up to a nice tall seat. With an inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, make your way into tabletop. So come onto your hands and knees. We'll start with our cat-cow here. Inhale, arch the back, draw the navel down, lift your chin and look up. And with an exhale, begin to round your spine. Tuck your chin to chest and look down at that space between your knees. Now keep moving between these two shapes. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. One movement to each breath here. 2 more of these. Last one. Slowly bring it back to that neutral spine. Flatten the back and curl your toes under behind you. Press up and back through your hips as we lift to downward facing dog. Go ahead and sink your heels back and down toward the mat. Release the weight of your head down and look back towards your toes. Now press the mat away from you with your hands. Lift your hips just a little higher. With an inhale, bring your heels off the mat. Rise to the tippy toes, the ball of your foot. With an exhale, sink your heels back down again. We'll start with this left side here. Inhale, lift your left leg high and flex your foot. So pull your toes up to your nose and push high through the heel. Bend your knee, squeeze that heel toward the back of your hip, and then pause here or make some circles with your hip. On that very next inhale, everyone lengthen your leg nice and long. Exhale, take a giant step forward. Now step off that back foot and step forward to the top of your mat for a forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise. Stack the vertebrae one at a time. Exhale, roll your shoulders back at the top. Inhale, arms rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold to your toes. Inhale, lift halfway. Flatten out the back. So make sure your head is at the height of your hips. Your shoulders are back away from the ears. Exhale, fold to the toes. Now we step or jump back to a plank. Feel free to lower the knees here. We're going to hold this plank for 3 breaths. On that third exhale, begin to lower the upper body to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest for upward facing dog. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Now allow your body a second here to reset. Maybe you add movement into your downward dog by bending the knees or shifting your hips side to side. When you're ready, we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, lift your right leg nice and high. Flex your foot. Bend the knee. With an exhale, squeeze your heel to hip. And maybe you start to make circles with your hip joint. Inhale here, lift and lengthen your leg. Flex your foot. Exhale, take a giant step forward. Push off your back foot and step forward to the top of the mat. With an inhale, slowly rise. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale again, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let me step or jump back to plank. Inhale and just slide forward. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, we come to upward facing dog. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, curl the back toes. Press high through your hips. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here to reset. Steady the breath. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, lift your heels and begin to tiptoe toward your hands at the top of the mat. Begin to bend your knees, pressing that low belly and rib onto your thighs. Keep your heels grounded and then interlace your fingers right there at the base of your spine. Squeeze your elbows toward one another and maybe you stop right here. For a little more, tuck your chin toward your chest, round your back, and then straighten your arms, press your knuckles toward the sky. The higher we lift the hands, the deeper you sink into your hips. Wherever you are, hold your shape for one more inhale and exhale. Release to forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. We come to upward salute. Exhale, forward fold to the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Now step or jump back to plank. Inhale, we glide forward. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now is a good time to grab a sip of water or just hang out right here for 10 complete steady breaths. And we'll meet right back here on the mat in downward facing dog. All right, now we're back in downward facing dog, right where we left off. Take a nice full breath in and exhale. We're going to build on this pattern here together. On the left side, inhale, lift your leg high, but this time, point your toes. So we're reaching the big toe up and back towards where the wall meets the ceiling. With an exhale, bend your knee and take a giant step forward between the hands. Look straight out in front of you and start to lift your chest. Make sure that front knee is beneath, right above your heel. Lower that back knee to the mat. Point your back toes away. Now, this is a great time to maybe, if you have a block, grab that block and place it underneath your hands, or you can interlace your hands right here on top of your thigh and start to lift your chest. As you lift the chest high, press the hips down and forward toward the back of that front heel. Wherever you are in this low lunge, we're going to take 3 breaths in and out through the nose. At the end of that third exhale, lower your hands back down to the mat. Curl your back toes to lift your back knee and take a giant step forward. Inhale, the arms rise, upward salute. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold to your toes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step or jump to your plank. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take it to the right side. Inhale, lift your leg, point your toes. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Lift your chest, look straight ahead, and then lower that back knee to the mat. Point your toes away and then choose to stay right here, or bring your hands to your thigh. Begin to lift your chest. Nice tall spine. Press down through the feet and draw the hips more forward. Breathe in and out through the nose. We're here for one more breath, y'all. As you exhale, lower your hands to the mat, curl your back toes to lift your back knee, and step forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath, half lift. Exhale, fold. Now step or jump back to down dog this time. So here we are in downward facing dog. Allow your breath to get nice and steady. We're going to continue building on this pattern of movement. On the left side, inhale, lift your leg, point your toes. Exhale, take a giant step forward. And lower that back heel. When you're ready, inhale and reach your arms high overhead, straight up and down. We're coming into warrior one. Allow that front knee to bend forward and wide toward your pinky toe. Keep your back leg nice and straight and squeeze your glutes. Squeeze the belly. Hold your shape. When you're ready, use that exhale. Open the arms for warrior two. Keep reaching arms in opposite direction. And when you're ready, we'll take it from here to reverse warrior. Take your right arm around the small of your back. Look up at the crease of your left wrist and hand. Sink forward into the hips for one more breath. As you exhale, come into side angle. So go ahead and press that forearm onto your thigh. Extend your right arm up, out, and over your ear line. Or stay here for two more breaths. And on that next inhale, we'll switch between the two shapes, one movement to each breath. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Two more. Last one. From side angle, go ahead and lower your hands to the mat. Frame that front foot and step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold to the mat. Step or jump back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right side, lift your leg and point the toes. Exhale, take a giant step forward. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, the arms reach high. Look straight out in front of you. Hold the posture for 3 complete breaths. On that third exhale, open the arms, turn the torso for warrior two. Calmly breathe. When you're ready, inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm now goes behind the back. Left arm now goes behind the back. Look up at the crease of your right wrist. And with an exhale, shift and change to your side angle. Press your forearm down into your thigh and extend that arm up out over your ear line. When you're feeling steady in the legs, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. 2 more of these. And then go ahead and lower your hands to the mat. Take a giant step forward. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, swan dive. Ooh. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step or jump back to plank and take your flow. Bring it back into downward facing dog. All right, take a moment here to reset the breath. We'll start again on the left side. Inhale, lift your leg and point the toes. Exhale, take a giant step forward. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, and pause here. Now from here, we're going to triangle. So start by lowering your hands to the mat. Straighten your front leg. Just shift your hips toward the back of the mat and draw your nose toward your knee. From here, go ahead and open your right arm to the sky. Look up at the thumb. We're here for one more breath. Exhale, lower your hand to the mat. Push off that back foot and take a giant step forward. Inhale, arms rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold to the mat. Step or jump into plank. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, lower to your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, now, if you have a block and you want to use it for triangle here, go ahead and place that block at the top of your mat. We'll take it to the right side. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, take a giant step forward. Inhale, draw that back heel down, draw the arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, pause here in side angle pose. Start to lower your hands to the mat or to the block and shift your hips toward the back of the room. Straighten out that front leg, lower the weight of your nose toward your knee. And when you're ready, open that left hand to the sky. You may choose to place that block beside your foot, underneath the hand, and choose to look down at your toes or up at your thumb. We're here for one more breath. Exhale, lower the hand to the mat and take a giant step forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold to the mat. Step or jump back to down dog. Take a moment here to just reset once again. We'll be here for 10 complete breaths in and out through the nose. And when we come back, we'll meet on the mat right where we left off and work our way into some seated and supine postures. You're doing a great job, and we're almost there, y'all. From here in our downward facing dog, go ahead and start to walk your hands back toward your feet. And then heel toe your feet toward the edge of the mat, so your heels are on the mat and your toes are on the floor. And with your hands right here on the ground, or maybe you have that block in front of you, start to bend your knees out over your big toes. Draw your hips down and back toward the floor without your heels coming off the ground. Maybe you stay just like this for a little more. Bring those elbows to the insides of your thighs and your hands pressed together right there at the center of your heart. Lift your chest, try to lengthen your spine, dig your heels into the ground, and just calmly breathe right here. We're here for one more breath. With an exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Slowly start to lift your hips, lengthen your legs, and heel toe your feet back together. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat. With an inhale, lift your left leg high, point your toes. Exhale, bring that knee to elbow on the left side. Inhale, lift and lengthen your leg. Exhale, bring the knee to center. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, come into pigeon pose. So bring that knee towards the center. Draw your heel over underneath the right hip. Then release that back knee, point your toes away, and start to walk your hands forward to help you lower the chest, the chin, and eventually your forehead toward the ground or a block. We're here for one last inhale and exhale. We start to bring the hands to the mat right beneath the shoulders. Inhale, press up to lift your chest. Then tuck the back toes, lift your back knee, and extend your left leg to the sky. Exhale, lower your leg to the mat for downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes right up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lift your leg. Exhale, knee to center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come into pigeon pose. Slide that heel over beneath the left hip. And start to lower the torso down toward the mat. Release the weight of your head and just calmly breathe. Slowly bring your hands back to the mat beneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. Release the back toes, lift your knee, and with an inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Begin to tiptoe toward your hands. Take a seat at the center of your mat and extend your legs out long in front of you. We're going to end here, moving into our cool down with boat pose. So start here in staff pose with your hands to the mat beside your hips. Straighten your legs, flex your feet, and just lift your chest. Just breathe right here, in and out, through the nose. And slowly start to reach those arms out in front of you, parallel to the floor. Hold here, or bend your knees and place the feet flat on the mat. At any point, you can stop and hold, or progress to the next step. Or maybe you lift your legs so that your shins are the height of your hands, or extend those legs out all the way, point the toes, reach your fingertips towards your heels, lift your chest, and calmly breathe. We're here for one more breath. With an exhale, slowly lower down to your back. Go ahead and bend those knees. Place your feet on the mat, hip width apart. And we'll draw the knees from here up into the chest. You have the option to wrap your arms around the front of your shins and just give yourself a hug. Or begin to rock front to back along the spine. From here, come into happy baby pose. Widen the knees. Reach your arms between your legs and place your hands outside your feet. Your hands outside your feet. And then bear down, pulling your knees up towards your armpits. Press the back of your skull into the floor and just feel that deep in the hip joint. When you're ready, slowly begin to bring the legs back together. Extend your legs out one at a time. And come into your final resting pose. Feel the weight of your body slowly fall off and onto the ground. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. As you take your next inhale, squeeze all the muscles tightly into the bones. And exhale, release them. I encourage you to stay here just like this for as long as you need. Otherwise, your workout is complete. If you liked what you saw here today, come see more over at FB Plus. I'll see you there.